Do you know who the Freemasons are? Find out 15 things not many people know about the secret society of Freemasons. A secret society behind some of the biggest tragedies and scandals the world has ever seen, or a society of altruistic men with loyalty to brotherhood and helping their fellow men. Which captures the imagination more? Let's find out some secret things and 15 things you didn't know about the Freemasons. Welcome to Masonic Audiobook Library, the place where future Freemasons come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Hit the subscribe button and like the video. 10 things you didn't know about the Freemasons. 1. The shift from stonemasons to Freemasons. Considering the veil of secrecy surrounding the Freemasons, how did they change from a guild for stonemasons and cathedral builders in the Middle Ages to the Freemasons we know today? Many cite the start of Freemasonry as 1717, but it goes further back. BBC.com reports evidence that secret associations of Freemasons have been around since the 1500s and add. It wasn't until the turn of the 16th century that those medieval guilds gained an institutional structure, the point which many consider to be the birth of modern Freemasonry. One theory is that stonemasons would often leave their homes to work for months elsewhere, and joining a society would guarantee that there would be assistance and brotherhood wherever they worked. Others believe that it was a society where trade secrets, skills, and new knowledge were taught or imparted. This is thought to have extended to an organization that was open to exciting intellectual developments, and so Freemasonry was born. 2. The recent death of a famous Freemason. You might think he'd been around since the Freemasons started. He was almost 100 after all, but that is not the case. The late Prince Philip began his Freemasonry journey when he was 31 years old in 1952. He was initiated into Navy Lodge. Just a few months thereafter, he progressed to the second degree of Freemasonry, and then the third. He was a member of the United Grand Lodge of England until his death. He was patron or president of some 800 organizations and had special interests in scientific and technological research and development, the encouragement of sport, the welfare of young people, and conservation and the environment, according to FreemasonryToday.com. He's not the only famous Freemason, as you'll hear next. 3. Other Freemasons and the role they played in Freemasonry. In the Navy Lodge, which Prince Philip was part of, there have been some high-profile names as past members. They include King Edward VII, King Edward VIII, King George VI, and King George II. Of the Hellenes. Other notable names include George Washington, Clark Gable, 7th President of the U.S., Andrew Jackson, Theodore Roosevelt, Harry Houdini, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Mark Twain, Nat King Cole, Oliver Hardy, from Laurel and Hardy, and plenty more. We're merely scratching the surface. TheGuardian.com confirms that there are 6 million Freemasons around the world, with 200,000 of them residing in the UK. The initiation process of becoming a Freemason is quite involved, which we'll delve into shortly. Freemasons, remember to subscribe to our channel for daily, informative videos. 4. Initiation is par for the course. Each lodge has their own interpretation of the initiation process, and according to The Guardian, candidates do have an unusual process to follow before becoming members. There are 3 levels: apprentice, journeyman, and master. When inducted into a specific lodge, members are initiated. Once the member has joined a lodge, they are automatically members for a lifetime, but can leave whenever they want to. Candidates must roll up one trouser leg to prove that they're healthy and unshackled, confirming they are a free man. They must expose the left chest to prove that they're not a woman, which we'll need to expand on later when we tell you more about women and Freemasonry, and a rope noose known as a cable tow is placed around his neck. This is a representation of his ties to his fellow Masons. Blindfolded, the new member is led into the lodge meeting room, where he is introduced to some of the secret signs, including the handshake, a word, and a symbol. 5. What does religion have to do with it? A little and a lot. For starters, Masons may not discuss religion or politics when in meetings. Freemasonry is not a religion, which has been frustrating for many Catholics wanting to join the society, as the Catholic Church condemns Freemasonry. The Church has been against the Masons since 1738 due to their fears over Masonic temples and the rituals that took place inside. In the 19th century, the Vatican described the Masons as the synagogue of Satan. Going forward to 1983, the Church said their principles have always been considered irreconcilable with the doctrine of the Church, and therefore membership in them remains forbidden. The faithful who enroll in Masonic associations are in a state of grave sin and may not receive Holy Communion, as cited by History.com. 6. What do Freemasons believe in? Anyone wanting to become a Freemason must believe in a higher deity or supreme being. This includes the gods of Islam, Hinduism, or any other world religion. Psalm 19 refers to the Christian Creator as the great architect or architect of the universe. This Creator is the grand architect of the universe. However, atheists are not welcome. The not-so-secret reason is that Freemasons take responsibility for their actions on Earth, so when they meet their Maker one day, they can attest to having lived a good life. An atheist wouldn't have this accountability, and the obligation to Freemasonry and its beliefs would mean nothing, according to Freemasonry. So, atheists are ruled out. What about women? 7. Women can become Freemasons. There are nearly 5,000 females in the secret Freemason Society. The Honorable Fraternity of Ancient Freemasons was formed in 1913, and by 1958 they were called the Order of Women Freemasons, to make the female more noticeable. The women dress in white robes during ceremonies, with regalia worn around their necks. They follow a similar initiation process as what we mentioned earlier. If you're wondering about bearing the chest, according to BBC.com, who wrote about the initiation process of Dialazazankila, she bared her right arm, left chest, and knee while a noose was placed around her neck during her first-degree initiation. 8. Let's dispel some Freemasonry myths. As the world's oldest fraternal organization, you can imagine the tales that have been spun. We highlight a few. 1. Freemasons are behind income taxes in the U.S. 2. Freemasons get lighter sentences when tried in court. 3. Freemasons fake the moon landings. 4. Freemasons manage to keep the flat earth a secret. 5. Humanoid reptiles are responsible for societies like the Freemasons and the Illuminati. 6. Freemasons are devil worshippers. What's the stance on same gender loving from Freemasons? 9. What symbols are important to Masonry? As we mentioned earlier, the stonemasons, where Freemasons come from, had the freedom to travel. As suggested by Dr. Matthias Paulman for DW.com, handshakes were introduced to prevent betrayal and preserve professional secrecy. With that came secret passwords and handshakes, which Freemasons still use today. Symbols associated with Freemasonry include the square and compass. The compass is the circle of fraternity, and the square represents the proper conduct of each member. The water level implies that everyone is equal, and the 3 pillars in the center of the Masonic temple represent beauty, strength, and wisdom. It's up to each member to continually work on their own personal development. Is there still a need for a secret society? The Freemasons have often said they're not a secret society, they're a society that has secrets. NPR.org published an article claiming the Freemasons believe they're needed now more than ever. Numbers are dwindling, and many Freemasons had hoped that when the community saw the massive difference the Masons were making in the lives of others, they might get an influx of members. In the book we mentioned earlier, John Dickey also mentions that it's possible the idea of a secret society is just less alluring to men these days. We'll find out what you think shortly, Masons. What other secret societies are still going today? Right, not so secret if we're speaking about them, but here we go. The Illuminati, many claims to be direct descendants of the original Bavarian Illuminati. Next, not really a secret but an invite-only society, the Bilderberg Group, made up mainly of North American and European elites. There's the Order of Skull and Bones from Yale University and Scarabean Senior Society, founded in 1915 at the University of Tennessee. So Freemasons, what is your thought on secret societies, and do you believe they have any relevance today? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and thanks for watching. As always, we appreciate your likes, and please subscribe and share with other Freemasons.